The woman rushed over to drop off something her husband forgot, but the moment she turned the corner, she froze. There he was holding a little boy in his arms, and right beside him, a woman, smiling like she belonged there. That perfect little family felt like a knife straight through her chest. 3 years ago, he swore he'd never take another woman. Her parents only agreed to the marriage because he looked so sincere. After the wedding, life felt perfect. They ate together, laughed together, like they were made for each other. She thought she was living a dream, but now, she was staring betrayal right in the face. That night, she confronted him. He finally admitted it. In his family, every man had to leave a child behind before heading to war, so his grandmother brought in another woman. Now he wanted to bring the boy home and make her raise him like her own. They had been married 3 years, but she still hadn't had a child, and in that moment, he poured salt straight into her bleeding heart. She looked him dead in the eye and said she'd never raised a child. Then she walked out, went straight to her parents' house. Her mother pulled her close and said, "Never lower yourself for a man. Marriage should be built on respect." Just then, he showed up with the boy, and the moment they walked in, he made the child call her mom.
她不是我娘，我娘明明还活着，为什么爹爹要让我认别人做母亲？
起来，不得胡闹！
Her heart sank. She looked at him and said this wasn't just a mistake. It hurt everyone involved. But all he cared about was making life convenient for himself. He said once the boy called her mother, they could just keep going like nothing happened. That's when she saw him for what he was, selfish to the core. She looked him in the eye and said she wanted a divorce. As long as the divorce went through, whatever they did after, she didn't care anymore. The mistress panicked, thought she was just bluffing. She dropped to her knees and begged with tears in her eyes. But the woman didn't flinch. She said, "Your little act might fool him, but I'm not that soft. Save the drama." Then she turned to her husband. "Bring me the divorce papers." He snapped, said, "Over my dead body. As long as I'm alive, you'll always be my wife." She let out a bitter laugh. So that was his version of loyalty. She never cared about being the general's wife. All she ever wanted was real love. And now, even that felt like a lie. She turned to leave, but that very night, she saw her father welcoming another woman into their home. Her faith and love, built on her parents' example, shattered in a heartbeat. Her mother found out and gave her one last, silent goodbye. Because her mother wasn't from this world at all. She had crossed time itself for love, but that promise no longer meant anything. Now, there was nothing left to keep her here. Before she left, she spent her last time credits and bought a bottle of fake death potion, then placed it gently in her daughter's hand.
能够让人心跳体温静止，如同真的死了一般。也许我们都应该离开了。
7 days later, the man came to bring her home. He swore no more concubines ever again, but begged her to let the boy carry his name. She smiled and said, fine. He was overjoyed, thinking she'd finally given in. But what he didn't know was that she'd already made up her mind to leave him for good.